of Canadian culture to recent controversies and declining sales.
Sometimes it comes in the iced coffee packet also.
I just got this Tim Hortons sandwich.
It is the worst looking sandwich I've ever seen in my entire life. I can't believe that they actually put this out.
This is what I got left in my coffee from Tim Hortons.
What to sales? Stand by. Right, here we are. Please don't be a hair.
What has happened to Tim Hortons? I need someone to explain the downfall of Tim Hortons to me right now.
Back in the day, Tim Hortons had a fantastic coffee. I'm talking about early 2000s, but now, like, it's just like poopy water coffee. Like.
So Tim Hortons, I've been a loyal customer for years and years. What is going on?
Tim Hortons, is this what y'all do? Give people burnt ass croissants?
If you've been drinking Tim Hortons for years, you've probably felt it. The coffee doesn't taste the same.
So is it just me, or lately has Tim Hortons just gone to complete crap?
Welcome to Canadian Rant. This cup in your hand feels familiar, comforting, Canadian. But what if everything you believe about it is wrong? For decades, Tim Hortons wasn't just a coffee shop. It was part of our identity, a place we trusted, a routine we passed down to our kids without question. But the Tim Hortons Canadians visit today is not the Tim Hortons that earned that trust. Behind the red cups and friendly branding is a system built on ultra-processed food, sugar-loaded drinks, frozen factory baking, and declining quality, all sold as tradition. This isn't about nostalgia. This isn't about hate. This is about what happens when a national habit quietly turns into a public health problem. What you're eating, what your kids are drinking, and how something so normal became something so damaging. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's talk about Tim Hortons.
What has happened to Tim Hortons? I need someone to explain the downfall of Tim Hortons to me right now, because it's embarrassing. Look, I used to have dreams as a kid to be old enough to get myself all the double-doubles I wanted because they just tasted that good. And here I am, living the dream of ordering a double-double and getting watered-down mud in return. And the crazy part is, that's not even the worst part. The drive-thrus, what have you done? I'm driving to get myself my watered-down mud. They're telling me, please come through and park. What are you talking about? The whole point of a drive-thru is so I don't put my car in park. Brother, it's a coffee. Hand me the cup. Just hand it. It's a coffee. Hand me the cup.
This message is for Tim Hortons Canada. If you're not Tim Hortons Canada, you can keep scrolling. Where's my Chobani oat milk? Where's my Chobani oat milk? I went to Tim Hortons today and the lady told me they're no longer carrying oat milk, period. Pardon me? I don't want no nasty almond milk. I don't want no nasty protein milk. I want my Chobani oat milk. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Bring it back. Bring it back right now. Bring it back right now. Thank you.
What's your Canadian unpopular opinion?
Tim's is ass. Every single Tim's has ass coffee. People rave about Tim's because it's cheap. You can low-key...
Because it's Canadian.
Anything is better than that battery acid you guys consume in the morning. And then you like stay the entire day in the bathroom. And if you pair the coffee with like a farmer's wrap, oh my god, like...
Not the farmer's wrap, it's so good.
It's good, but you're gonna have to use a bidet, see? That's where the bidet comes from.
That's where the bidet comes from.
And now they tried to like bougie up the Tims. There's like the new Tims with like matcha and
it's kind of deluxe now.
If you're trying to get cancer, I'd say go try their matcha.
Nothing more rage-inducing than when you go to Tim Hortons, get your order home, open it up, realize they screwed up. It's missing the sandwich meat. So frustrating.
Tim Hortons, is this what y'all do? Give people burnt ass croissants? Y'all just ruined my fucking day. I swear to God. Yeah, this is my last time going here. I don't care. I don't fuck with y'all anyway. And the one time I do, y'all burn my shit. So that's it.
Okay, this is what I got left in my coffee from Tim Hortons. Turns out, what they're using by the looks of it doesn't look like it's fresh. Because if it's gonna look like this, I'm sorry, but Tim Hortons needs to fix their coffees of how they make it. I reheated this up in the microwave, and oh my god, it looked like shit. I can't even stir it without it looking like shit now. So thank you, Tim Hortons. You have really screwed me over with your bullshit.
Some Canadians might hate me right now, but I genuinely don't understand what's wrong with Tim Hortons. On my first TikToks, I said something about this coffee place, and many people said that it's awful, it's extremely bad, and so on and so forth. Here's the thing you have to know about me. I'm no expert in coffee. All those roasting, blending have no value to me because I'm a latte drinker. So basically, I drink this much milk and this much coffee. So last weekends we had a massive trip to Banff from North Vancouver, which took us a lot of hours. Obviously, sometimes we would stop at Tim Hortons to grab some coffee and refresh ourselves. And I was amazed because the way I saw it, Tim Hortons was a place for truck drivers, not very picky on what kind of drinks they're drinking. But they had, for example, protein latte with sugar-free vanilla syrup. Where did you see that? It was amazing. When was the last time you saw such a sophisticated drink in a gas station? And my friend who visited Canada for the first time, she's gone mad about all the donuts they had. So really, it's a very decent place with a very decent menu. Do you love Tim Hortons?
Okay, so I just opened this. Hello, what does sales? Stand by. Right, here we are. Please don't be a hair. Please don't be a fucking hair. Excuse my language, where did it go? I just saw that fucking thing. It's a goddamn hair, I know it. There it is. It's a fucking, excuse my language. Oh my god, it's a hair. Wait. Let me just see. Yep. Tim Hortons, are you freaking kidding me?
I have to go on here because I just bought a belt from Tim Hortons here in Toronto, Scarborough actually, and it is the worst looking sandwich I've ever seen in my entire life. I can't believe that they actually put this out as okay food.
So Tim Hortons, I've been a loyal customer for years and years. What is going on? The service and quality that I've had in the last few weeks has been terrible. Just went today, ordered 2 drinks, 2 sandwiches. Both the sandwiches were wrong. And it took from the time I ordered till the time I got my coffee, just a coffee, was 7 minutes. Time before that, both my order and both my son's order, completely wrong. And then time before that, the drive-thru was really backed up, so I thought I'll just go into the store. I waited 11 minutes before anybody would even serve me because they seemed more concerned with the drive-thru than people in the store. And then when I got served and I tried to scan my app too quickly, I got yelled at by the server. And I did send a complaint email, and all I got is, we'll contact the store and, look into it. I've been going to Tim Hortons for years, and I've always, had great service and always had good food. But lately, it's been really bad. And, come on, you guys need to step up.
I just got this Tim Hortons sandwich, and you can see it's mold. This is the mold. And if I didn't check it, I would have eaten it. That's important on Mississauga Road in the Steeles.
For the people that don't know what a good coffee is, a good cup of coffee is, Tim Hortons is actually increasing the price on their brown soupy water they call coffee. Back in the day, Tim Hortons had a fantastic coffee. I'm talking about early 2000s, but now it's just poopy water coffee. It's just bad. McDonald's coffee, I feel it's closer to what Tim Hortons coffee was back in the early 2000s. Let me know in the comments below, will you still buy Tim Hortons poopy water coffee if they are increasing the price? Not if, they will increase the price. Are you going to buy it still? I haven't gone to Tim Hortons for a very long time. I've been boycotting them now because all they do is hire foreign workers, they're international students, not Canadians. They don't know how to speak English. I have to say in the accent like this, double. If I say in any other Canadian accent, yeah, they don't know what the order is. So managers at Tim Hortons, you guys are making your, the Tim Hortons look very, very bad. So hire some Canadians, maybe even hire some white folks. I haven't seen a white person work at a Tim Hortons for so long. I kind of miss it. They know English well, and they're very, very polite, very, very nice. But, they're gone. Now it's just like, hello, how can I take an order? Can I take an order? Do you like anything else for that? Okay, it is $2.95, drive-thru, please. Come on, man. Like, this is so bad. So, Tim Hortons, anyway, I'm not going to you guys, but you're increasing your prices to your bloody, stinky, poopy coffee.
Today, we're diving into a topic that has been brewing for a while. The fall of Tim Hortons, Canada's once untouchable coffee giant.
The customer uttered racial and derogatory slurs, police say, and also spat on the employee before leaving.
From its iconic status as a symbol of Canadian culture to recent controversies and declining sales.
Sometimes it comes in the iced coffee packet also. It happens.
What do you mean it happened?
We're exploring what's gone wrong and how immigration, particularly the temporary foreign worker program, has stirred up the coffee industry.
There are 16,000 more people unemployed in Ontario than there were in the Great Recession.
I'm hitting the streets to hear what real Canadians think about Tim Hortons changes, the quality of their coffee, and a bigger picture of immigration's role in fast food.
If you've been drinking Tim Hortons for years, you've probably felt it. The coffee doesn't taste the same. Thousands of Canadians complain online. Burnt, bitter, watery, just not the same. Some people even say, McDonald's coffee tastes like Tim Hortons used to taste. So, what happened? Publicly, Tim Hortons denies major changes to their blend, but they have admitted to changing brewing equipment and processes over time. Here's what's likely going on. Lower quality beans are cheaper, but more bitter. Companies roast darker to hide defects. That creates a harsher taste. Tim Hortons is a franchise system. That means equipment maintenance, training, and brewing standards vary wildly. If coffee sits too long on the burner, taste collapses. One location might serve decent coffee. Another, 3 blocks away, serves something burnt and undrinkable. The result? Coffee quality. A lottery. Meanwhile, McDonald's has poured money into its McCafe program. Premium beans, modern equipment, tighter standards. In blind taste tests, many Canadians now prefer McDonald's coffee. And it's usually cheaper than Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons built its empire on coffee, and it can't even win the coffee war anymore. Now let's look at what's really on that tray. Tim Hortons bacon breakfast sandwich. Processed bacon with preservatives. A pre-cooked frozen egg patty. Processed cheese. Par-baked frozen and reheated biscuit or English muffin sodium. Around 1,180 milligrams in a single sandwich. That's half your daily limit as recommended by Health Canada. In just one item. Compare that to making one at home. Real egg, cracked and cooked. Real cheese, real bacon. You cook yourself. Toast or English muffin. Estimated sodium, 400 to 500 milligrams. Same idea. Far less sodium, fewer additives, more control. Now the drinks. A medium iced cap, 45 grams of sugar. That's more sugar than a can of Coke. The medium. French vanilla, also about 45 grams of sugar. Most people drink these daily thinking, it's coffee. It's not coffee. It's a milkshake with caffeine. Sugars, modified milk ingredients, coconut oil, instant coffee, salt, natural and artificial flavor, cellulose gum, dipotassium phosphate, sodium stearoyl lactylate, sodium silico-aluminate, mono and diglycerides. Notice that? The coffee part is lower on the list than sugar and modified milk ingredients. That means there's more sugar and modified milk ingredients than coffee. Essentially, what you're mostly drinking is sugar industrial fats stabilizers with a bit of instant coffee flavoring. Up next.
So, to all my fellow Canadians out there, what's going on with the Tim Hortons coffee? There's something wrong either with the water, like coffee itself, it just tastes weird. I know when I used to work at Tim Hortons, okay, we used to have to like snake the machines. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but you stick a wire inside of the machine and you pull down and clean it out. That was it. And then you let the water run through it and it's cleaned. I don't know if maybe they're just not doing that
Or maybe they are, and it's just something to do with the coffee itself, where they're getting it from. But I have been going now to McDonald's because the coffee just tastes so much better. I think I've heard from a couple people through the grapevine is that they've switched their coffee now, and it's now swapped out, and Tim Hortons has McDonald's coffee and McDonald's has Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons is officially the worst fast food place ever. I'm never going there again. I rarely go there, but I got a gift card to get a coffee there, so I went there just because. I order an iced cap. It's very simple, an iced cap. I go to the window. This lady brings me an iced latte. I'm like, oh, very nice about it. Super chill. Hey, this is not what I ordered. And she just glares at me. She is mad. I didn't say anything. I wasn't rude about it. I wasn't like, hey, you got my order wrong. Go fix it. No, I just said, hey, I ordered an iced cap, not an iced latte. And she's like, well, they're very different things. I would know. She's all upset about it. It's your job. You're getting paid to get me the right stuff. So please just go and make me a coffee. Don't make me the thing that I ordered. It's not that hard. It doesn't make any sense to me. If you're being paid to do a service, to do a job, just be happy to do your job. If someone tells me I did something wrong, I just fix it. I don't try and tell them that they're the ones who are wrong. The people who are paying me are the ones who are wrong. That's stupid.
Hey guys, so this video is for like the Tim Hortons workers and Tim Hortons in general. So I went to drive-thru because I was on the go getting my stuff done. Of course, anyone that wants to get their stuff done, they don't have time to have their coffee for the day intake or whatever, their caffeine for the day, and they obviously go to Timmy's. So I went to Timmy's and pretty much I ordered my protein iced latte. Tell me how this looks like a protein iced latte. One, the color is not even correct. Two, it's diluted way too much with water. It didn't even taste like the protein iced latte. It was just watered down. I went back and they gave me the exact same thing. It made no difference. That I had to go to another location and I got my drink. They made it better. I don't know if you guys are noticing that the workers are not either doing their job correctly, like as if it's coming out of their pocket. We're paying for what we want, we pay for what we want to get. So just give us our order correctly, not rushing the order and not being stingy on the order. Because look, the color difference, you see the difference? I see a difference and I taste the difference too. So if the customer notices the difference, tastes the difference, the employee should too. Like, just make the drink correctly rather than chit-chatting with your friends. I know you guys see your coworkers, you get excited and whatever, but just make the order correctly. That's it. But yeah, this is a PSA that Tim Hortons needs to get their shit together and just start double checking when they're handing out these orders. Like, I'm sure you guys get trained and you should know how the drink should look and not dilute it, and don't burn people's order or whatever you're doing, because people are going to start boycotting you at this point.
Some bad news for Canadians, your Tim Hortons Cup of Joe is about to get more expensive. The good news is they're only raising the price by about 3 cents. According to Tim Hortons, this 1.5% increase, which is the first in 3 years, is happening because of inflation. Though the country's seen much worse than 1.5% when it comes to inflation. Tim Hortons says the 3-cent increase is quote-unquote more than reasonable because the price of coffee has more than doubled in the past 3 years. And according to Stats Canada, in August, Canadians paid around 28 cents more for coffee at the grocery store than they did last year. This is largely due to unfavorable weather conditions hitting countries like Colombia, which is responsible for a quarter of Canada's beans. On top of that, we get most of our roasted coffee from the US. And tariffs on Brazilian coffee imposed by the Trump administration have added to rising costs in both Canada and the US. With all of these considerations in mind, maybe a 3-cent increase to your morning Timmy's doesn't sound so bad after all. But what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments.
Tim Hortons, like seriously, what is going on anymore in Canada? Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. I worked there when I was 15, 16 years old. You know what it was? Everything was clean. The bathrooms were clean, stocked. Every time I go in there, it's disgusting. My own daughter, who's 3, walked in today and said, ew, mommy, what's that smell? Like, that's embarrassing. Like, what is going on with you as a corporation that nothing can go right anymore when it's literally all you do is give customer service and food? Like, these employees know nothing. When I worked there, when I was 15 and 16 years old, our primary thing was if we weren't busy, you were cleaning, you're mopping, you're sweeping, you're making sure that everything was stocked, you're making sure that everything was good to go, and that the customer service came first. Now, I got laughed at today when I asked for my 2 ice caps that I bought, and I spent $15 there on 3 drinks and a Timbit today. And I got laughed at when I said, they brought it out and it was up to that line right there, and so I send back the ice caps. I literally hand the tray back and I said, those ice caps are literally liquid, not ice cap. And they're also not even filled. So why did I just spend over $4 on some ice caps for it not to be done right? Like, this is a customer service thing. Yes, it's just a drink at the end of the day, but I'm getting in my car. I'm going to drive to this establishment to get really crappy customer service and then not the proper drinks made. And then I have to drive back or just throw it out. And like, I just wasted my money, but you as a corporation gets to keep yours. That's crazy to me. So anyway, so I say to the 3 people sitting in the drive-thru doing my order, I send it back. They send it back to me. I said, this is unacceptable. He literally gives it back and says, this is to policy. I said, what's your policy? He said, we can't do any more than that. Like, that's it. I said, this ice cap is liquid. It's not even it's not how it normally would be like that. For everybody knows what an ice cap is. I don't need to explain to Canadians watching this right now. So he says to me, oh, it's policy. That's all I can do. My manager will get mad. I said, we've all worked at Tim Hortons at some point in our lives. And back in the day, this isn't how it was. And he goes, oh, you must have worked for a good manager then, because our manager doesn't allow to change anything with that ice cap. What does that even mean? I said, no. I said, customer service and the way things were done back in the day were done right. You know what he did? Laughed at me. You know what would have happened back in the day, even though I'm 31 years old? We would have gotten written up, a very large talking in the manager's office, and then you would have felt like an idiot because you made that person's day crappy. Now, I'm not one to hold that energy. I'm not going to. I'm actually letting it out right now on the camera. So then that way, Tim Hortons can hear this and the rest of Canada, because I know that people are going to want to hear this and they all feel the same way. So why don't you guys all share in your comments your latest situations with Tim Hortons in Canada? I'd love to hear it myself. So is it just me, or lately has Tim Hortons just gone to complete crap? The last 5 times, and I'm not even exaggerating, the last 5 times I decide to go to Tim Hortons and get myself a coffee, it's literally all cream and no coffee. I know some people don't mind that, but I'm ordering coffee. I like my coffee to be strong, which is why most of the time I will order a cold brew. Well, now when they give you a cold brew, it's like they're giving you an iced coffee, and they're giving you like this much of the cold foam and like this much coffee. I'm not even exaggerating. I have a picture. I'm going to insert it and show you what I just got. And then I had to go back in because I said, this is literally white. It's cream. I went back in to Tim Hortons, told them she made it better, but she had it stirred. She had it freaking stirred. And I mean, that color is fine. I'll drink it. There's less of that. But why didn't it come like a cold brew? Like, you know, when you get like, I got the toasted marshmallow cold brew, whatever, and you would have the coffee, right? And then the cold brew is on the top, and then, or not the cold brew, the cold foam is on the top, right? And then it mixes as you're drinking it. Why was it served to me like this? That, I just let it go, okay? And then the most simplest thing, I'm like, oh, can I try that new coconut cream donut you guys have? I waited 5 to 10 minutes for it. I don't know what they're doing in there. They're all over the map. I get it. And I'm like, you know what? I'll use my rewards for that. Because it's like a dream donut, I would think, like a special donut. And then it goes through. It's $1.77. I get charged it. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess it's not that. And I didn't look. I should have looked. Should have known better. But they're giving me the regular one. That's not what I ordered. And I waited. And I pointed. And I showed them. And I said it very clearly. I am so annoyed with Tim Hortons. Like, it constantly reminds me why I'm making coffee at home now. And you know what? as much as people are boycotting Starbucks, at least they know how to make a freaking coffee, because I haven't had an issue with Starbucks. You're paying the price, but you're paying for a good coffee. At least you don't have to go in and waste your freaking mornings. And especially on a morning like today, where I just needed a good coffee. I don't know, Tim Hortons, like, I'm about to boycott Tim Hortons. Like, since it's no longer Canadian, whoever took it over, I'm done with it. I'm so done with it. And in America, Tim Hortons is way better. So I don't know what's going on here in Canada, but I'm done with Tim Hortons. I'm so irritated. Like, it just looks like a nice coffee with cold brew or cold foam. I don't understand this. Anyways, I'm gonna insert the photo of what I originally got. I had a picture of it before I stirred it because I was giving it benefit of the doubt, even though I knew it was gonna be too white, like too much cream, not enough coffee. So I'll insert what I had before I stirred it up, and then I will also insert what it looked like when it was stirred up. So anyways, Tim Hortons, do better, because I'm pissed off and I am done. I already went off on the staff in one location because they're rude, first of all. And even with the ice caps, since when are ice caps white? Okay, when are they white? And then they're trying to tell me that's how they're made. I'm sorry. I literally pulled up a picture of what a normal ice cap looks like from freaking 15, 20 years ago. Like, I'm not new to Tim Hortons. Like, I'm 32 years old. I know what it's supposed to look like. Don't tell me. So it's either Tim Hortons doesn't give a crap about their brand anymore, about their customers or anything, or they're not even training right, or they're just, the staff doesn't care. I don't know what it is, but Tim Hortons, you need to do better, because now I'm livid. Like, you can't even get a donut right. Like, they don't hear you. And then there's people behind me and other people. There's a lineup. The drive-thru is crazy. Like, no one knows what they're doing. Everyone's scrambling. Like, I know things can be hectic. Like, I've worked in retail. I understand, and I'm not snapping at them right away. But when you're making me feel like I look stupid for saying, "Where's my coffee?" as if you made it right because you didn't, and then you get rude with me, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get rude right back. So Tim Hortons, honestly, do better, because I'm seriously, like, I'm telling everybody, don't even go. Do not. Like, even the bagels are fine, but the coffee, I make a better coffee at home, and I'm just gonna stick to that, because this is nuts. This is just ridiculous. So honestly, Tim Hortons, do better. And let me know down in the comments, like, does anybody else have this issue? Like, I know I'm not overreacting, because it's happened so many times now that enough is enough. Like, I'm so annoyed. Anyways, that's my rant for today. And yeah, let me know what you think below.
Here's the reality Canadians need to sit with. Tim Hortons didn't suddenly become unhealthy overnight. It changed slowly, quietly, while we kept trusting the brand out of habit. Fresh baking was replaced with frozen logistics. Simple food was replaced with ultra-processed formulas. Affordable value was replaced with higher prices and lower quality. And most Canadians didn't notice, because it was wrapped in familiarity. That's how normalization works. When something becomes routine, we stop questioning it. Morning coffee, a muffin for breakfast, an iced cap on the way to work, a donut for the kids after school. One visit doesn't hurt you, but daily habits shape outcomes. And when millions of Canadians repeat those habits every single day, the consequences show up everywhere. In hospitals, in schools, in families. We're seeing it in the numbers. Rising obesity, earlier diabetes diagnoses, high blood pressure becoming normal in people in their 30s and 40s. But we're also seeing it in real life. People are tired. Kids are wired on sugar before school even starts. Parents are doing their best, but trapped by convenience, time pressure, and rising costs. And that's the most dangerous part of all. This system doesn't rely on bad choices. It relies on busy people. Tim Hortons isn't uniquely evil. It's doing exactly what large food corporations are designed to do: maximize profit, extend shelf life, reduce labor, and hook customers early, especially children. When kids grow up thinking dessert-level sugar is coffee, when they learn that breakfast comes from a drive-thru, when ultra-processed food becomes comfort instead of an exception, that's not just a food issue. That's a cultural and public health issue. And no government label, no marketing slogan, no maple leaf logo changes the chemistry inside that cup or that wrapper. This doesn't mean Canadians should feel guilty. It means Canadians should feel empowered, because awareness changes behavior. You don't need perfection, you need intention. Cook when you can, prep when possible, support local businesses when affordable. Teach kids what real food looks and tastes like. And when you do use Tim Hortons, use it deliberately, not automatically, because convenience is never free. You always pay, either now at the counter or later with your health. The Tim Hortons brand may still feel Canadian, but your health doesn't care about branding. It cares about sugar. It cares about sodium. It cares about frequency. So, ask harder questions. Read labels. Break habits that no longer serve you. Because once you see the system clearly, you can't unknow it. And this isn't just about Tim Hortons. If this is what's happening with Canada's most trusted coffee chain, imagine what's happening across the rest of the food system. That's why we talk about it here. This is Canadian Rant, not to tear things down, but to expose what we've been told to ignore. If this video made you uncomfortable, share it. If it made you think, subscribe. If it made you rethink your routine, then it did its job. Stay informed, stay critical, stay healthy. And the next time you pull into that drive-thru, make sure it's a choice, not a habit.